There's a lot of videos out there on the internet that leave you wondering, is this real or is this fake? Well, today we're going to show you how to determine that using digital forensics. The video we're going to take a look at is of a blue orb over train tracks. It appeared on TikTok and other places. I'll play a short clip of the video and then we'll get into the forensics itself. Okay, the software we're going to be using to take a look at this video is Forensically. The link for it is in the description. This is free software, and you also don't need to install anything to use it. It just works right in your web browser. Now, it is designed for photographs, but you can also use it for video. The evidence of the digital signatures that we're going to be forensically looking at is already in the image, so we're just going to work with what we already have. I've taken some screenshots of the video that we just saw a clip of, so I'm going to open that now. And as you can see here, we've got our blue orb in the middle of our train tracks, and we've got our tic-tac watermark over here. First thing, of course, we're going to need to do is take a look at our JPEG analysis, and we see that our quality is at 94. So we're going to set our error level analysis to that. So I'm just going to bump that up to 94 over here. And when we do that, we see that there's a lot of these digital signatures in the background and the foreground of this image. There's a lot of blue and white lines, vertical and horizontal. But right in the middle where our orb is, and some of the reflections of the orb on the train tracks, we see a lot of extra added blue, and they're not in the same patterns that we see in the rest of the image. You can also see our TikTok watermark over here. It's kind of the same story. We've got all this extra orange in a different, formation, and the TikTok itself doesn't match the rest of the image. So there's a lot of inconsistencies here that give us the indication that there's been something added to the original image. I'll pull up the next screenshot that I have. And this was one of the times that the orb arced to the train track here, you can see. And there's some of it coming back here. We'll take a look at that under the ELA. And we see that all of that really stands out. We've got all these extra digital signatures, the extra blues and everything. The whole thing just stands out. If this had been in the original video, all of the whole thing would be looking like the rest of this. This would all be uniform throughout the whole thing. You'd see all these just blue and orange lines vertically and horizontally throughout the entire thing. Even some of these gray ones up here. But we don't on our blue orb. We see a bunch of extra added stuff. And you can see that especially in the magnified version. Some of these other ones, when you magnify them, they're just straight. You get some more of the gray ones. But as you can see, a lot of it looks really different. The third screenshot that I have here, this is when it arced up to the light post over here. We take a look at that under the ELA, and we see that the arcing electricity, the stuff around the light post itself, our blue orb, and this reflection back on the other track, all of that's added. There's a lot of extra signatures in here that don't match the rest of the image. And the same is true again for our TikTok watermark over here in the corner. You see this extra blue, you see this extra orange, and some of these blues and pinks and everything that's been added later. The metadata for this is going to just be this metadata from the screenshots that I grabbed. But I actually did find this original video that this was taken from, and before it was on TikTok or any websites or anything like this. The guy who created it put it on YouTube. I'll put the link for it in the description. You can watch the full video there. In the title of the video, he says that it's CGI. And he ends up even arguing with some of the people in the comment section of his own video. Some people that still believed it was real, even though he was saying CGI right in the title of the video. But this has been added. You know, he did take the footage of the train track on a cloudy day, but all of the blue orb and the electricity and everything has been added. When it was uploaded to TikTok later, those watermarks were added, and that shows up in the ELA itself too. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's been educational for you. I hope you learned how to use this software. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Enjoy yourself.